Jeffrey.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm awesome. How are you, man?
Great, bro. Thanks for getting here so fast. I was like, oh my God. Thank you.
You're very welcome, man. My pleasure.
Oh, you're smart. You're doing a U-turn. I usually have to tell them to do that, man. You know what you're doing.
I just saw the map. I'm like, oh, I should be going the other way here.
I take the Uber every day since last January. Not this one, but the one before. Every single day of the year.
Yeah.
You're like the second guy to pull his own U-turn.
Oh, man.
I know, right? That's awesome.
Happy Friday, by the way.
Happy Friday to you, too.
Thank you. You're off to work, I'm guessing?
Yes, final day of the week. And get to relax a little bit.
That is awesome, which means you get your weekends off.
Yeah. And you know what? It took a long time to get that. Most of my life I was a mechanic.
Okay.
And I worked at Toyota, so you always had to work at least one Saturday a month.
Oh, okay.
So mostly, to be honest with you, at least two in where I was concerned. Yeah, it's been like one of the first jobs where I have the weekends off.
What do you do now?
I'm just taking care of this place you're taking me to right now. It's a big building with a bunch of businesses.
I see.
Yeah, so just managing it.
It's a bit of a different role now.
Yeah, it's good. There's lots of automotive businesses that I help out with in the little complex and stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, it's definitely a different vibe.
Amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which entails you've been here for a long time.
Oh gosh, yes. The majority of my life. I lived in Whistler for a number of years.
Okay.
I used to travel around snowboarding.
Nice.
But but that's about mainly Calgary. I'm in my 50s now, and I've probably been in Calgary for 40 years of it anyways.
Wow.
Yeah.
50s you say, eh?
Yeah.
You wear it well, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate
You're welcome. I'm just turning 18 here.
Oh, that must be nice.
I'm kidding.
No. Anything, dude, trust me, man. I was totally cool until I turned 40, and then I was like, oh my God. And so I got really depressed when I turned 40.
Really?
But I thought when I turned 50, I didn't really care.
I see.
Like, oh God, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you thought you were cool when you're 40, definitely you're not that cool when you're 50. So it's kind of like that.
I found my, let's say, freedom in my 40s. So I'm in my mid 40s now, but just late 30s into 40s is when I sort of came to address some patterns where I'm like, oh, this is a part that I think could use amending in my life. And a huge part of that was just people pleasing and codependency, basing my life on external expectations and what people thought I should do. And I didn't realize I'd been in that zone, fulfilling others' expectations for a lifetime, right? Successful to be sure, but never on my own terms, to be able to say, hey, what does life look like if I'm just doing my own thing, regardless of people's expectations, right? So that's what I mean when I say my freedom. I experience a lot more now in this latter season when I really don't care what people's thoughts are anymore.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
And you also start all the time. I don't know if you noticed this. When I turned 40, I was like, well, I think mostly, to be honest with you, 45-ish, I'd be walking around and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so smart, I'm so wise, look at all these things I know. So the older you get, the more you kind of
realize.
The more knowledge you're like, oh, now I understand why all those old people know all these things, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, life is life, man. It's
like maturing over time, right?
Yeah.
And some of us, it takes a little longer than others.
Oh God, I'm so immature with ADHD, dude. It took me I'm still working on it.
Okay, in the midst of the adulting part or the life part, where we have to deal with all the bills and stuff like that, I find there's another component that I've really benefited from. And I was just sharing with my previous writer. She works with kids, really young kids. And I told her about how I used to work with young kids once upon a time. But how I learned from young kids how to be silly and goofy in the midst of the serious parts of life, right? How to still have that element of playfulness and fun, and so I appreciate that element even more in the midst of doing work and all that other stuff.
Oh God, yeah, for sure. Another thing I found too, man, I really noticed in the later parts of everything is path of least resistance, eh?
Oh, right.
Oh God, even up until a year ago, bro, I was finding myself trying to control things.
Yeah.
It's been my sons love it. They're super young. They're 12 and 14.
Yeah.
And they're like, holy cow, Dad, you have totally mellowed out. I'm like,
That's amazing.
I'm like, I have no choice, but I tell them all the time, I'm like, I hope you tell your mom and your grandma and stuff like that, just so like they know, they're like,
yeah, that's really sweet. And I feel a similar sense too, where I was more uptight when I first started being a parent, trying to get everything right, whereas now I've just leaned into my messiness and said, hey, I wasn't designed for perfection, neither were you, you know, and so how can we give ourselves permission to be messy and make mistakes, and in the midst of making mistakes, not only take accountability and responsibility, but also give ourselves kindness as well, saying, oh yeah, I'm not a write-off because I messed up, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I went to some counseling and stuff like that. Best thing I ever did, man. I was so against it. I'm like, I don't need counseling.
Yeah.
And so I went there for a year.
Yeah.
January until January.
Yeah.
Only the end of December, anyways.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, oh my goodness, like what a crazy turnaround of events.
Yeah.
So many things I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Just all these like little, like crazy. How to accept all these responsibilities. And crazy
insights, really, right?
Yeah.
Growing in awareness.
Stuff's going on around you, like how to, like, have you ever heard of radical acceptance?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was a big piece for me, right? Like my world at the time was like falling and crumbling everywhere, right? And I was like, this can't be happening to anybody else but me, right?
Right.
And so the homie, the guy that was helping me, this John Morales guy, this Spanish dude. Yeah. He's all like, I want to teach you about radical acceptance. And I'm like, right on, I like the word. Yeah. And then he was like, just taught me all about it and all about like going down rabbit holes that you would be stuck in forever.
Sure. And what I love about that radical acceptance is a lot of my past was filled with deep shame. And deep shame kept me in isolation because I hoped no one would ever find out, which meant another way of saying I hope no one ever knows the real me. You know, but radical acceptance for me, first of all, initiated this response of saying, how can I be able to acknowledge my past without the element of shame in there? Right. And how can I give myself permission to feel into it, process it, and even still relate back to it? Like a huge part of my story is my past, you know, saying, here's where I came from. People look at me now and they're like, you look amazing right now. You seem to have everything put together. And I say, don't be fooled. Like this I love, but it took a lot of mistakes and fumbles and face plants in my past to get to where I'm at right now, and I'm very open to sharing and reflecting on those, because when I do so, it reminds me why I'm where I'm at today.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. I think in my evolution, radical honesty was the one that really got to me, where I'd for a lifetime been dishonest in not showing the real me, and as a result, I went down pathways and trajectories that weren't reflective of who I truly was, and I in essence shared myself in a dishonest way with those around me. They thought they knew the real me, right? But what did radical honesty for me look like? It was to first look at myself in the mirror and say, all right, here's my starting block right here, and I'm gonna like just be honest with who I truly am. It's not to say I'm gonna stay here, but at least this is my starting point today, this moment, right?
Awesome.
And then to start being truthful now with all those around me, so that now when I said I really don't care what people think anymore, it's out of that freedom to say I can speak honestly with you regardless of if you say yes or no to me.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
That's not the point there, right?
So at this stage, you're just kind of like, I get it.
Absolutely.
That's a really good insight for sure.
I'm grateful for it too. Hey, Geoffrey, I have a question for you. Yeah. When I don't drive Uber, this is like my main gig here, driving Uber, which I love. But when I don't do this, I also love sharing really inspiring and deep reflections with my audience online, just because I often think about those who could benefit from things that I'm, experiencing right now. I would love to be able to share this conversation with my audience, but my audience knows I never post anything unless I have permission and consent that is enthusiastic, because not everyone wants to be online in any capacity, right? Whether they're face or their voice, that kind of thing. And so I'd love for you to say no if this is something that gut instinctive reaction is like, oh, this is uncomfortable. But if you're open to it, I'd love to be able to share some of the things that we are sharing here on my platform, if you're open to it.
Oh yeah, you go right ahead. For sure, bro. Yeah.
You're open to that? Okay. Do you have any parameters? Do you want to stay off camera, like, or because I mean my camera here is just on me, but is it okay if I just use your voice then?
Of course.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
Absolutely. No problem.
One of the things that I really value in this season that we're in is we have contrast, right? We can compare once upon a time and say, here's where I was once upon a time and the challenges I had then. But by contrast, here's where I'm at now, and why I appreciate this season is because it isn't where I once used to be. It's in a better season, right? And then it causes me to look around and say, who else is in that place where I once was that I could, reach out to and say, it doesn't have to be per se,
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm. 2 kids, eh? 2 boys.
3 kids. A daughter from another relationship in Whistler. She's older than the boys. She's 20.
Yeah.
And then my sons are 12 and 14 from a relationship in Calgary.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
I've got 3 myself as well.
It's a busy life with 3 kids, eh?
It can be, absolutely.
I know.
Yeah,
I only have my kids like, Thursdays to Thursdays, then we switch.
Yep.
So essentially, not even full time, and I still get overwhelmed by it all. But it's been good. Like they're my sons are really mature. Like their mom's like really family oriented, and like their Asian culture and stuff like that. They're just super like respectful. They've in their whole lives, like 12 and 14 years old. They have never one time, which is very strange. No one can believe it, but they never talked back to me.
Well, I believe you.
Yeah, it's so strange. My mom often used to say, "Oh, it's because they're scared of you," and I was like, "I don't know." So I always try and like reinforce that they weren't. So I'd be like, "Is that because you're scared of me?" And they had no real reason, and they'd always say answer with one response. We're like that with mom too. We never talk back to mom either.
That's a sweet thing.
I know, right?
I like that.
Yeah, they're sweet. So. Well, thanks. I can get out just anywhere to the left here. Is awesome.
Left here? I'll bring you by the door
That's
then.
amazing. Thank you.
Jeffrey, I'm happy we met today. I really enjoyed time with you. Thank you for sharing.
For sure. You as well. I appreciate you. What was your name again, brother?
Binyam.
Binyam? Well, nice to meet you, Binyam, man.
Nice to meet you as well, man.
You have a great day today, bro.
Same to you, man.
Yeah, and a safe and happy weekend.
Thank you.
Enjoy this beautiful weather pattern.
I will do so.
Possibly see you again, brother.
I hope so, man.
See you, man.
All right, bye.
Have a great one.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
everything.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye.